2020 CT5 is Cadillac's sports sedan. But what special features or tech does it really have? Let's see.
And that is exactly what we're gonna go ahead and do, and check out all the interesting tech and such and shush that this CT5 has to offer. Let's get started. Starting off is the key fob of choice that GM shows for the Cadillac CT5. This is the exact same key fob that you find and see on a C8 Corvette. I guess this may become the new standard for all brand new GM platform vehicles, as this part over here actually has a little button here which will release the little spare key, so you can manually open up the door or something in case your battery dies. Now, an interesting thing about the key fob is as soon as you approach the vehicle, look at the headlights. As we get closer, they illuminate. See? I did not press anything on the key and the headlights just start turning on as you get closer to the vehicle. And at night, these door trims illuminate. So you can see the door handle. Now, an interesting thing you may have missed about this Cadillac CT5 is, if you notice, the grills are actually the outline emblem of the Cadillac emblem. And it doesn't end there. There's a bunch of little Easter eggs scattered across the exterior of the vehicle. It also continues on this one-piece door handle. As you see right here, Cadillac emblem is right here as well, which when tapped will lock the vehicle as well. And to open, you simply hold the back button and the entire vehicle unlocks. But wait, there's more. Cadillac emblem right here. The reverse light also resembles the emblem outline. And at night, there's a little projector that projects the Cadillac logo right here as well. And doesn't go away until it detects that the key fob is several feet away from the vehicle. And not only is this vehicle equipped with 360 cameras, but it also has full 360 sonar sensors from the back, but as well has sonars in the front bumper as well as the side, so you don't hit any curves while parallel parking. And yes, you heard me right, this vehicle is equipped with 360 cameras, just like any modern vehicles nowadays. So you got front cameras in the front, rear cameras in the back, cameras on the bottom end of each side view, rear view mirror, and there's a camera on the very top of the vehicle. Now, the front end of the Cadillac CT5 is personally my favorite part of the vehicle. I don't know why, something about this menacing looking long LED driving lights right here that go all the way down to the very bottom of the bumper just makes this thing look more sporty, more intimidating than it really needs to be. But it does it in such a classy, luxurious way, I would say. Now, this bottom bit right here may look like these are fog lights, but they're not. These are actually like cornering lights, which actually will go on as soon as the wheel turns a certain position. I find this extremely useful at night. It really does help, especially when you're trying to navigate outside like a tight parking spot. Now, interesting thing about these aggressive looking driving lights is when you actually turn on the turn signal, this part flickers from the driving light to the turn signal. So this is a very long turn signal indicator. So when these things go on, people will definitely know that you're turning. Now, in terms of overall look, the design of the side profile of the CT5, there's nothing wrong with it. I like it, it looks fine. It's just, personally, I prefer practicality and performance, if that makes sense, than looks, because it may look like this window just continues all the way back here, like the glass, but in reality, this part is just a blank. Yeah, this is very similar when automakers make like fake vents on their vehicles just to make it look aesthetically pleasing, because the glass literally ends right here and this is just a plastic blank piece. So it's just a design look than practicality or function. Also, I should probably mention that in case you haven't noticed yet, but this door handle, it's a one-piece design. It opens up with a single button. Now, inside the vehicle, I really do love this interior. Notice how everything is literally leather, including the back part of the seats. But as soon as you start this Cadillac CT5, you notice that it has a heads-up display, which has 3 different modes you can select from. One is the hockey puck, where you can actually know when to shift, because yes, this thing does have paddle shifters. It's a 10-speed transmission powered by a twin-turbo V6. Now, the shift knob is using a very similar shift knob what we've seen with the Chevy Bolt, Other vehicle manufacturers are also starting to use this design, like BMW as an example. It takes a while to get used to. Now, I know this shift knob does have mixed feeling with certain drivers. For me, it's all right. Yes, I would have preferred like a rotating knob in my opinion. Now notice, instead of having simple wood panels, there is a carbon fiber option. As you see, carbon fiber is not just on the dash, but on the doors, even on the backside. The infotainment system looks like it's using an OLED display, very similar to like what Cadillac is using on their newest Escalades. It's just not the large 30-inch display, but it still looks very nice, especially with the black color. Wireless charging is available down here for your smartphone. So if your buddy has an Android and you happen to not have the cable, you can just rest their phone there. As long as their phone is compatible, they'll be able to wirelessly charge. Then the center console, yes, there is a wire pass-through right here. So you have a USB-C and a USB-A port, as well as your SD card right here for the maps. And then underneath there, you also have your traditional cigarette lighter port. The cubby compartment overall, it's all right. It's a sedan. It's not gonna be massive like a pickup truck where you can actually fit a laptop in here, but you should be able to carry all your important bits right in here. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is available on this head unit. You do have mode selector right here, which the mode selector is very limited in my opinion. You have my mode, you have tour, sport, and snow and ice, but there's no like eco mode or anything like that I see. Yeah, that's basically it. Right here, you do have engine auto start and stop. You have that option to turn that off if you don't want to. Me personally, I like to leave it on in this vehicle. I notice that there's no delay. As soon as you release your foot off the brake pedal, the engine will immediately engage. Now, an interesting thing about this car is that there's 3, or actually 4 ways to control your infotainment system. All right, the first way is, it is a touchscreen. You can just swipe and navigate through everything right here. But if you don't want to put fingerprints on your display, you also have this little knob, which will highlight everything. And then you can just press down to select it. Right below the shift knob, there's also this knob, which you could adjust the audio. But this larger knob right here, you can actually control display right here and push down to select. Then you also have other music choices down here as well to skip and switch to navigate, call, and all that stuff right here. And then the 4th way is the steering wheel button controls. You can also control most of the stuff right here. The volume, skip track, but that's basically it. So 4 ways to control your music and 3 ways to control the infotainment system. You could hide away the cup holders, which I think looks really nice, especially when you don't have any food or drinks inside your vehicle. It's nice to know you could just simply close it and just make your center console look more minimum. Now the rearview mirror, as I previously mentioned, that antenna has the camera, and when you switch it on by pulling this, here's your digital rearview mirror, which you can actually adjust the brightness, zoom it in, zoom out, or adjust the height as well. I like personally turning this on at night. Now it does have a dual sunroof, which the controls is right here above, but only the front driver and passenger side, you could actually adjust it to pop it open or tilt it and such. But from the passenger point of view, it looks really awesome. And it doesn't blind anyone in here as well. Now the overall seat design for both the front and the rear seats, to me it looks amazing. And actually feels sporty too, because this part actually kind of really does wrap around the lumbar. So whenever you're doing like a quick tight turn, it holds you enough that you won't slide or throw yourself off the seat. Now an interesting thing about this vehicle is the seatbelt itself. As soon as you put the seatbelt on, it will automatically self-adjust, so it'll tighten itself, making sure that the seatbelt is nice and secure on you. It may freak out your passengers if they're not aware. I got used to the feeling and I kind of like it. Now the 360 camera, you can activate it on demand if you're going at a lower speed, like below 10. You could just press here and it'll trigger it, and you can have all these different view angles to play with. Whenever you're at a parking lot, I like to personally enable this. I can see what angle somebody is approaching the vehicle, so I won't get frightened or surprised. Now this vehicle does have lane keep assist and will also give you a haptic feedback in case you're getting too close to a certain object. So it doesn't simply just flash the hazard on the display, it will actually vibrate your seat as well. And if you have an SD card, there's an SD card in the trunk of this vehicle, which you could insert, because these cameras you see here can all record like a dash cam. Now the legroom back here isn't too bad, but again, this seat design is really amazing. You got your cup holders right here for your back passengers. You can fold both seats all the way flat, so you could bring cargo inside this back part if you need to. There's a little opening, but you also have the creature comforts like air vents right here for your rear passengers, a cigarette port, and a USB-C port right here. And that is all the cool tech and features that the CT5 has to offer. But besides that, if you could test drive one, I will strongly recommend test driving it. The performance aspect side of things, if you need this thing to pass traffic, this thing will accelerate. If you need to make a tight corner turn, it could handle it pretty well. You may experience some tire squeal though. That's one thing I noticed about it, but this could be because it's just a large sedan. But driver confidence when it comes to making quick handling turns, this thing could handle it surprisingly. Anyway guys, that's the quick overview of all the tech and all that good stuff about the CT5 and what separates it from other sedans in the market. If you have a suggestion for a newer model vehicle you want me to compare this to, feel free to comment down below. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.